You get cited for disorderly conduct, obscene gesture. It's a $120 fine.
Josh Smith just wanted some fast food from Humdingers, but instead he ended up with a ticket from the police for saying this.
Out the way, kheads.
And this.
Starts blocking the road. They said nobody can get through the drive-thru for a half an hour. So,
What's your name, man?
Can't be going around flipping people off, yelling at people.
You're a dumbass.
Yeah, that's why you're getting a citation.
Yeah. It's a citation. I'll beat it when I go to court.
That's why you're getting a ticket. Keep your mouth shut, please.
Didn't he have the right to criticize the police and to use obscenities when he did it? So what happened when he went to court? Let's go through it. This occurred back in October in Montrose, Colorado. This happened in the parking lot of a fast food joint called Humdingers. Josh Smith is a regular there. But when he pulled in that afternoon, there were 3 Montrose police vehicles that were blocking the path to the drive-thru window. Officers stopped an SUV that had been rented months earlier from Hertz Rental Car Company, but apparently never returned.
Open the door from the outside, slowly. Anybody else in the vehicle? Step out of the vehicle now.
Walk backwards. She thought he bought more time with the rental company.
Oh, okay.
They arrested the 2 people who were driving the car, and they were in the process of sorting through potential evidence in the vehicle. But as body cam footage shows, they were actually goofing off because they found a sex toy in the vehicle.
I'm so sorry.
One of the officers then, using the apparent suction cup feature, stuck it to the outside of this car. There was some really important police work going on here, obviously. We wouldn't want anyone who's just hungry or trying to get fast food to interfere with this important business. So when Smith pulls up, he finds this drive-thru blocked, and so he yells out his window, expressing that he wanted them to get out of the way.
Move your shit out the way, dickheads. There's nothing else, sir. He just left.
Is that this black car right here?
No, it was the silver car that's in there. That went through the drive-thru.
Moments later, one of the officers, again doing very important work, decided that he had time to stop doing that work and walk all the way over to the spot where Smith was trying to order his food at the drive-thru.
Quit yelling or you're going to get a citation, understood?
Yeah,
The lights are there. That means don't go by them, right?
Fuck out of the way. I'm ordering my food.
Quiet. Order your food. Sam 6 listing.
So are you wanting the tenders in the combo or just by themselves?
The combo meal.
Are you wanting
Colorado 564 X-ray Ocean Queen.
But that wasn't the end of it, because when Smith got to the drive-thru window, a Humdingers worker told him that he was the first customer in a half an hour. She thought that the drive-thru lane had been closed off by the police. So after picking up his order, Smith pulled around the building. He was yelling out his window as he drove towards an officer who then began to walk towards him. He then expressed his criticism that they were blocking this business's drive-thru completely unnecessarily for the past half an hour.
What's the problem?
Starts blocking the road. They said nobody can get through the drive-thru for a half an hour. So,
What's your name, man?
That officer then conferred with a sergeant who decided that Smith had broken the law. So he climbed into his police cruiser and he headed off in pursuit of Smith, stopping him about a mile away. As he approached Smith's vehicle, this is what was said.
You're going to get a citation. I need your driver's license.
For what?
You can't be flipping people off.
Oh, yeah, that's a citation.
You're a reason to identify yourself.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Any weapons in
There
there?
you go, bud.
Thank you. Hang tight, buddy. That's why you're getting a ticket.
A short time later, the sergeant returned with a ticket for disorderly conduct for making an obscene gesture.
Here, Mr. Smith, there's your driver's license back. Can I get a phone number for you? Didn't hear you. So you get cited for disorderly conduct, obscene gesture. It's a $120 fine. You have a court date of November 28th, 2024 at Montrose Municipal Court. If you don't wish to pay the fine, you want to plead not guilty, If you do want to pay the fine, it's $120 fine. Pay it before that November 28th date, okay? Information on the back of the citation on how to do that. You just sign on the X and you'll take care of it beforehand, or do it on that court day. I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Not signing anything.
Okay. Refusing to sign? Can't be going around flipping people off, yelling at people.
You're a dumbass.
Yeah, that's why you're getting a citation.
Yeah. It's a citation. I'll beat it when I go to court.
Okay, that's what court's for.
Waste the fucking time.
Okay. Now don't take your sad inhibitions on life out on somebody else, okay?
Shut the fuck up.
Have a wonderful day.
Shut
Sergeant English. That's why you're getting a ticket. Keep your mouth shut, please.
And according to Montrose's municipal code, a person can commit disorderly conduct in multiple ways, including by making an obscene gesture to another person in a public place in a manner likely to provoke a violent or disorderly response. Just setting First Amendment issues aside, what is that officer saying about himself to write somebody a ticket for making an obscene gesture that was likely to provoke a violent or disorderly response from police officers? But remember, the word obscenity is a term of art. Obscenities are generally not protected under the First Amendment, but obscenity is not the same thing as profanity. Think more sexual in nature.
I'm so sorry.
Generally, we do have a constitutional right, a First Amendment right, to use profanity in our communications with police officers. Now, there are limits to that. We can't do so in a way that somehow actually physically interferes with what they're doing, but just in our daily interactions with police officers, such as they were used in this video and many other videos that I've done. An obscene gesture, as defined under First Amendment law, again, is going to be something probably sexual in nature, not just a bad word. There can be little doubt that Mr. Smith here was engaging in your basic First Amendment profanity with the police, which is protected speech. So that charge was clearly problematic because offending or disturbing the police is not a crime. It's protected free speech. Then, ever busy protecting the citizens of Montrose, on November 7th, Montrose's city attorney amended that charge by dismissing the allegation of disorderly conduct and then accusing Smith of interference with an officer, writing in a court motion that the change accurately reflects the evidence to be presented at trial. Their city ordinance defines interfering with an officer as using or threatening to use violence, force, or physical interference or obstacle to obstruct, impair, or hinder the enforcement of the law or preservation of the peace by a peace officer. Well, he didn't use violence. He didn't threaten to use violence. There was no physical interference. How did that city attorney even write that with a straight face? When it went to court, he won because he had to. But the judge who dismissed it said that he was immature, offensive, and unnecessary, but that he had a protected First Amendment right to say the things that he said.
A Montrose man fought the law, and today he won. This all stemmed from an incident last October where police had ticketed a man for swearing at them.
This morning, a judge dismissed the case after concluding what the man said was constitutionally protected freedom of speech.
Wednesday morning, the judge called Smith's behavior immature, offensive, and unnecessary, but also said it was free speech protected by the First Amendment. Bottom line, the interference charge was unconstitutional as applied in this case based on these facts.
I pretty much knew that we would win. I just didn't. I thought it would be I thought it was going to actually have to go to trial.
That trial had been set for next week in Montrose Municipal Court. The question now is whether Smith will sue the city in federal court.
So the charges were dismissed. But is it even necessary for a judge to call us immature or offensive or tell us what is unnecessary? If we have a First Amendment right to criticize our government, that's up to us whether or not it's necessary, and that's up to us how hyperbolic we want to be. This is about much more than maturity or offensiveness or something being unnecessary. This is about police officers who have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution being caught violating that oath over something so trivial. They tried to retaliate against a citizen for engaging in protected speech. And if they do that there, what else have they done? What else will they do? I would argue at that point, they can no longer be trusted to follow the Constitution in the future. The fact is that cops think it's okay to do this across the country. And then well-meaning, useful idiots will just say, F around and find out. Yeah, we know if we're being rational that we should not flip off the cops. We know that we should not criticize them in any way because F around, find out, even though we have a constitutional right to do so. If we're being rational, we know not to do it. Do you not see the problem with that? But for certain people like Mr. Smith or other people that fill videos on YouTube, we wouldn't know about these police officers who are willing to break their oaths. It's not about fast food. It's not about feelings. It's much more serious because these things are always a slippery slope. The same people that say F around, find out in these situations are going to be the ones demanding answers in the more serious situations, the ones they care about. And if you care about issues like these, holding the government accountable for small and large civil rights violations, then please follow along. Subscribe both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at JohnBryanESQ. Remember, our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.